So it's summer and it's hot, which means I can wear like tank tops and stuff. And now I can do like the YouTuber thing where you look like you're naked on camera, but like I am actually wearing a shirt. Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. It is Halloween season in case you haven't been online recently and haven't seen all the cool Halloween looks being posted. And of course I want in on the fun, so I'm here with a Halloween look for you today. I'm going to do a fun werewolf look, which is going to be something you can do with makeup that you should already have in your kit and something that anyone at any skill level can do because it's supposed to look messy in any ways. So if you're new around here, hi, but also every year I like doing 3 Halloween looks so that there's something for everyone. So the first one I always do is something cute, low-key, something that you can wear to the office or to school if you're allowed to do that not everyone will necessarily realize is Halloween related. A few examples will pop up here, or you can just like click here if you want to see the one I made for this year. Then I do something that's more like for a Halloween party, but it's something that everyone has, so anyone should be able to do it if they feel like getting ready. And then lastly, I have something super dramatic and SFX for the people that want to go all out for Halloween. So an easy, intermediate and hard option. This is the intermediate option. Now for the werewolf we are doing today, I'm going to start out with a regular full face of makeup. That way you have like a good base to build on, but you also spend some time doing your regular makeup before you get into the extra Halloween stuff. And I find that doing like my foundation first and stuff kind of gives me a little confidence boost because my foundation went fine, which means I know what I'm doing, which means this will be fine. So I'll be using that little mind trick against myself to make sure things go as well as possible. But you're not here to see this part, you're here to see all the fun parts. So other than telling you to go in a little bit heavier than usual with your contour, and I mean give yourself that tan, everything else is business as usual. Now the only thing I skipped out on is cheek highlighter because we're still gonna see what we're gonna do there, but let's move on to brows. I want them to be nice and bushy and unruly because I don't think werewolves often hit the hair salon. I'm going to take this funky little brush and I'm going to take some regular old hair pomade and try and get in there to pick some pomade up from the side. I don't want to scoop on too much because I'm then going to drag this through my eyebrows, and I'm going to brush upwards because I want them to be nice and messy. I'm just being careful because the pomade can just wreck your foundation underneath. So make sure you stay on the hair and you don't really go off onto your foundation. But get the hairs nice and sticky and bushy. This is a good day to not have done your eyebrows in a while. Now I'm combing my brows forward to get them to really stick up as much as possible. And I'm just going to go in with my spoolie to really brush them up and kind of stick them down a little bit with that pomade. If you want to, you can pick up a little bit extra pomade with your finger and just press it on top if you're worried your brows aren't going to stay up. And because what you're trying to do is mess up your eyebrows, you really can't do this part wrong. Next we're going to go in with some pomade, just pick it up with my eyebrow brush. I'm going to work with that rugged shape and just add some more messy lines to get it bushier than it already is. I definitely want my eyebrows to look thicker and darker. Just like avoid the natural tendency to try and make it like neat. You don't want your brows to be too solid either. So what seems to be working for me is just twisting my brush as I go through so it kind of flicks in all different type of directions. But if you want it to look a little bit neater and a little bit cuter, you can straighten out the bottom of your brow a little bit, as long as the top is unruly. And this is the first time in forever you don't even want your eyebrows to match. Try and get them about the same thickness though, otherwise they're going to look a little too funky. And again, if you want to structure your face and still want your brows to kind of complement you, focus specifically on this front corner. You can make this tiny bit clean and then you can make the line underneath clean. But again, the top, messy as hell. I think my boyfriend's listening around the corner and thinking, what on earth is this looking like?
I am very interested.
The next thing I want to do is my eyeshadow. You can go for anything here. I'm thinking more like brown smoky eye type of vibes. Something more on the dark sultry side because I feel like it will complement the overall look. But if you want to go like rainbow halo eye, I'm not going to stop you. Just going to have a rainbow halo eye werewolf. But if you want to follow along with what I'm doing, I'm putting a dark brown color in the outer corner of my crease and kind of smoking that out a little bit. Actually going to drag it a bit onto my lid. Why is it always that the one side blends so well and the other side is so stubborn? And then taking a bit of a red tone brown and pulling it in a bit further. Blend, blend, blend. Then I'm putting a top color in the inner corner because I want everything to have dark vibes. All the same colors are going to go on my lower lash line so that this doesn't look too top heavy. And you know, this is actually the stressful part of the Halloween makeup look because it's hard to compare people's Halloween makeup skills because everyone does something different. So it's this part where you do the tiny bit of glam where people judge if you know how to do makeup or not. But there we go. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the smallest touch of black and put it in this outer corner because I feel like it's not dark enough. So I want to add a little bit more kick to this brown and just blend that in with everything else. I'm also going to tightline with a black eyeliner Because have you ever seen a werewolf without a black waterline? To really round it off, I'm going to pick up an angled eyebrow brush and I'm going to pick up some black eyeshadow. This also really helps get rid of any gaps you might have in your lash line. And then the color looks more uniform. Now I will be coming back with some smoked outliner on the top, but for now, let's move on to the rest. My lipstick is happening last because that's probably going to smudge, let's be real. So let's move on to the rest of the face. I want to pull my hair back as much as I can so I can work right against my hairline. So I'm gonna make a nice tight ponytail. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make it all messy all around here to make it look like you're super hairy. Now I already went in with my contour and did it pretty dark, but I think I can go even darker. So I'm going to pick up the darkest shade I have and I'm going to stamp it in right against my hairline because you don't want there to be a gap there. And you get it darker and you can taper it out quite a bit onto your forehead. Try to not get your temples too bad though. But then here again, I want to bring it in quite a bit. And then again here on the jaw, but not all the way to the chin, just like down to here. I'm trying my best to like stamp it on so you can kind of see where I'm going with all of this. And then I'm going to blend to make it look a bit better. The one key place, even though I'm going to have my hair down, is here right underneath your ear on your neck. Also get that spot nice and dark. It's really going to complete the look. And then remember to actually wash that when you take a shower. Now I'm going over that, just blending so I don't have any harsh lines. And again, you can blow this out quite a bit because this is going to be a bit of the transition shade, so to say. So it can come up pretty far onto your face. Now, of course, you can drag it entirely down your neck. I'm going to stick to my face today because I actually have a lunch with my boyfriend's parents after this. And I need to be able to get this off to go to that. So this is a nice and warm tone. That's why I want this to be a bit of a transition shade. But I want to pick up a darker brown. And I'm trying to think what dark brown is big enough that I can actually get this brush in there. I'm going to try Good As Gone from the Born to Run palette and just dig in there. Start picking up the green next to it and going over all the same places. There we go. Again, remember behind the ear, on the jaw, and blend. This doesn't have to be too smooth. You can get away with it being choppy, but a smooth blend never hurt nobody. I say while getting the choppiest blend there is. Picking up a bit of a smaller brush, I'm picking up Jet from the same palette. And again, just going darker. Your ear is going to look bright amongst all of this. That is a-okay. You just want to get most of this down now, so when you go in now to add like the texture and stuff, you don't have to do that much to cover up all the skin underneath because you already have a base layer of color going. Just make sure you actually get this to blend with the hairline, whatever it takes to do that. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of darkness around my face, but it's kind of like super light in the middle. So I'm going to put some brown on my nose and I'm going to follow the same pattern. I'm going to pick up my dark contour shade and blend it out pretty far on my nose. My contour was cute, but that is not what we're focused on right now. Then I'm going in with that dark brown and then with a black right on the tip. I also feel like you can make the contour here by your eyebrows a little bit more intense. Here where your nose contour comes up by your eyebrows. Accentuate that and that'll kind of balance the rest out. I'm having fun. This is good fun. Next, I'm going to take pomade and I'm going to take a decent amount of this. I'm going to pick it up with a bit of a thicker angled brush, really get it on here. Then I'm going to start at my hairline and flick lines inwards like so. It helps if you wet your pomade. That way you'll get a lot further a lot quicker. I just sprayed a bit of setting spray in mine. I'm gonna do this all along my jaw in strokes all going in one direction because I want it to look like the hair is like coming onto my face because werewolves are hairy. I'm also going to contour my face with a little bit like the jaw and then here on the cheekbone just so that I don't just look like an oval. But while it can be messy, make sure you have a bunch of like spikes here that doesn't all just like blend together and make sure you pull them all towards the inside of your face so that they all have the same like tapering sharp end. Here on the forehead, we're gonna have it coming down. You can have it come down a bit further in the middle than on the sides. And then just connect it here by the temple without really like connecting it to your brows. Then get all the same chaos going on the other side. Remember to fill it in right against your hairline so you don't see like a choppy start to all of this, especially on the forehead. If you have a fringe, it's nice. You can just like swoop that thing to the side and it'll hide it. To add a bit of dimension, I'm gonna go in with my black eyeliner. It really does help create some more lines. Now I'm also making the tip of my nose black. I added some black eyeliner pencil And I'm just blending it all out with my finger. And I'm going to set that with some black eyeshadow. But the other thing I did is I took this liquid eyeliner and I just made a bunch of little lines all throughout the brown. Gave a bit of a more hair-like texture, made it darker, messier, more fun. Now I have like black everywhere because I touched my face, but that is okay. So the black eyeliner is just going to make the black eyeshadow nice and pigmented. And now it's also going to stick to my nose pretty well. But now that I have the eyeshadow, I can also drag it out a bit. But I also think I can now drag out the brown further, work on this until I'm happy with what this looks like. I don't know if I want my nostrils to be dark or not. I'm not sure. But sure, let's go dark. Now I'm picking up a lot of black on this fluffy brush and I'm going to use it to just add some oomph here against the hairline because we want that hairline to blend and to kind of hide where all our strokes started. We did add the black earlier, but now we can see where we really still need some. You see on this side, I have now added a bit more black, made it a bit darker. And then on this side, I haven't yet. Can you see the difference that it makes? I'm also extending this here to behind the ear again. Even though I didn't make too many lines here, this will just add the right shading. Now, of course, if you're going to do this like full body, I'd suggest you pull the black down these lines and then also have the hair here. And then just wear something fluffy. You can also see how you feel about that brown fade on the edge, if you feel it's enough or not. I always like going back in and adding extra, but I'm going to do it with a fluffy brush this time to have a touch more control about where everything is going. But it will kind of diffuse everything in a good way. I feel like this eyeshadow needs more black here now that everything else is so dark. Speaking of the eyeshadow, let's throw on a semblance of a wing. And you best bet we are going to put on some big lashes. I don't want too much of an inner corner because I don't want to give this a cat eye look. I have now spotted a single fleck of gold glitter in my eyebrow. And I'm trying to think how it got in there. Gonna put on the chunkiest mascara I have, the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. Not that that matters because I haven't mentioned anything else I've been using today. Let's really work on listing my products in the description again so you can go look if you want to know. And don't be shy with the mascara on the lower lashes today. Now for the lipstick, I want the top lip to be black and the bottom one to be like a nude pink color. But I saw this one like cute thing someone else did. They drew like a little tooth in here. They gave like the vampire look, so I kind of want to try that. And if it doesn't work out, we'll just pretend I didn't do that. But I'm going to take my white eyeliner and literally draw a triangle out of the corner of my mouth. I really want this to pop, like so I'm going to take this jelly shadow and I'm going to put it on the triangle. Now the jelly is just to make it tacky so that the eyeshadow I'm going to put on top sticks. And look at how the white eyeshadow really makes it pop beyond what the liner was doing. So now that I got the teeth shape down, I'm going to outline them with some black eyeliner so you can properly see them from a distance. And I can tell you from the front it looks, but now moving on to lipstick, I want my from the side it looks really cool. And I'm kind of just sketching out my natural lip shade with a black pencil liner I've been using this whole time. And sure, I'll color in my lips with it, but I'm trying to not close too much on the white so I don't get a grey muddle going on. Of course, here you're free to use any black lipstick you have. I just don't have one. But looking at it now, I'll definitely have to overline my upper lip. So let's do that. I actually haven't overlined in such a long time. I kind of miss it. I'm also extending the outer corners of my lips a bit, which looks a bit vampirish, but that's okay. My bottom lip, I'm going to go with a nude pink and a brown. And it's going to be a liquid lipstick so it doesn't transfer. Back to that cheek highlighter, I think I'm going to put a touch on here just so that we are glowing. Then I'm going to spray some setting spray. Who am I kidding? I'm going to wash this off, so I'm not going to spray some setting spray, but this is where you would spray your setting spray. And I'm going to pop on the lashes, let down my hair, and we're going to see what the final result looks like. Lashes on, hair's down. Now I'm just going to take my smoothing brush and kind of backcomb all this stuff on the top to make it nice and messy. And here in the front, get in underneath. So again, nice, rugged, very messy. And you can kind of like systematically make it messy, smooth it down until you get a level of mess that you feel works for you. You don't have to tease your whole head because that would be regret. But like this, nice and fluffy here on the one side. The other side kind of cutely tucked behind the ear. Got volume going. And like, who are we kidding? Werewolves are very like early 2000s. So the hair had to have that early 2000s like side part in it. But then this is the final result on our Halloween werewolf makeup look. What do you think? This was lots of fun and I feel like I can get like a bunch of fun, cute pictures out of this. And like it's easy to dress up. You can go all black, you can go all brown, anything fluffy, anything with like a leather jacket, those type of vibes. I also know some of you are not going to be all about the teeth, so I covered them up so you can see what it looks like without them. Just ignore where I covered them up. But this is a bit more serious compared to the teeth, making it a bit more fun. But this is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making this. I'm very happy with how it turned out and I had a lot of fun. But then again, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye! I just sat down to start filming. Now there's like an alarm going off in the background. I swear I'm gonna build myself like a soundproof room someday to film in so that all the planes can fly by, all the cars can zoom by, all the motorcycles can be as loud as they want to, all the alarms can go off, all the parties can be going on, and I can still actually film a video in one go.